What's going on? Politicking, man. That's what we doing, man. We politicking, man.
How you think the fans feel? You think the fans feel this is a better team than KD and Russ?
I've been hearing about that, but that's the thing, bro. People keep saying, bro, we prisoners of the moment. You know what I'm saying? We look at what Shea doing right now, but bro, you can't forget about what KD and Russ did.
You can't forget about KD.
You know what I'm saying? James ain't really get his shine until he went to Houston, but he still was hooping. You feel me? But just imagine if, like when KD went to Golden State, they didn't move nobody to the bench. It was Kevin Durant, Steph Curry, Klay Thompson, Draymond Green. Who was the five at the time?
Well, it wasn't about the five. It was about who they let go.
No, I'm saying, who was the center at the time? Was it Bogut or somebody? Who was it? I can't remember. But anyway, goddamn.
They let what's it called go, so that's why they was able to integrate KD into it.
Who did they let go?
Is it Harrison?
Somebody Wiseman?
No, Harrison
Barnes?
Harrison Barnes. Remember, Harrison Barnes was part of the original. No, but he was part of the original. You know what I'm saying?
Man.
He felt some type of way they let him go. But I'll let Harrison go for KD any day.
No, for sure.
You know.
But this is what I'm saying about, like, I guess they just wanted James to come out the bench to try to have a spark for the bench, but just imagine if James, Westbrook, and Harden, James, Westbrook, and Durant were starting for that team. You know, James won 6th Man of the Year.
I get it. It would have been too much.
Fuck. I'm answering the question.
I'm just saying.
You cannot compare this man to KD yet.
No,
you can't.
Any of them,
I don't give a fuck what he do.
Any of them were ball dominant. You get what I'm saying? Like, you can keep the ball in Russ' hands. KD definitely was good with the ball, and James Harden was
But
good with the
KD
ball.
don't need
So
the ball.
That I get it why they let.
KD a catch and shooter too.
No, he is.
Westbrook ain't.
But
James can.
James saw that he's a starter. Ain't no way he could have kept just being a 6-man. You know what I'm saying? And so between them having all them stars at one time on the floor, it was gonna have to be a lot of sacrifice.
And don't forget to add Ibaka too. Ibaka was a hooper.
Ibaka.
Ibaka was a hooper.
They had a serious team at one point in time. I just think it wasn't able to evolve like it was supposed to. But you know, I saw a meme about it.
Winning championship, bro.
It was just who was also on top of the game at that point. King James, you know.
Who beat them?
So the Spurs beat them, and then from the Spurs straight to Golden State. Golden State had the same. So that's how that became the Golden State.
That's why y'all niggas was mad.
Mad about what?
Niggas went to Golden State, man.
Nah, because the year he took off, they were him and Russ was up 3-1, and Golden State came back and won. So how I look at it is like you were a traitor. You let go of you had a good enough team. You was just barely off, and then you went and joined another team that kind of proved themselves like they were fired. So it's like I feel like they were good enough. He just was tired to stick around. Maybe he felt like he was better.
Don't want to admit, bro.
Nah.
Bron did the same.
Bron did not do the same thing.
He did. And they grabbed Ray Allen from Boston,
Bron,
who he had lost to.
Bron went and joined a team that he didn't know how it was gonna.
How you don't know how it's gonna turn out? How you don't know?
KD knew how Golden State operated already. He just put it like this. That's like Bron joining Golden State when Golden State was a 73-19.
Bro, Chris Bosh was the second best power forward in the league. Dwayne Wade was the second best shooting guard in the league.
It doesn't matter.
LeBron was the best three in the league.
So
how do you not know know if the team's gonna work.
So
You gotta make it work.
why didn't KD and when he went to the Suns, he had a super team.
But Steph and Clay soft.
Why
You
did
got Draymond
why
that
did the
gonna
Suns
ride
work?
with you, but them niggas soft.
Why did the Suns work?
The Suns? Because
Because of what?
them niggas was hurt. Bradley Beal didn't play a lot of games.
Man, come on.
He ain't play a lot of
That's
games.
the biggest-
Devin Booker didn't play a lot of games.
That's the biggest flop in history.
And that's what it was. The nigga was hurt.
That's the biggest flop. And then, minus that, when KD was in Brooklyn, he still had KD. It was Harden joined. Then they had Kyrie. Why didn't it work? Just because you get superstar don't mean it's going to work.
No, they don't.
Okay, so that's what I'm telling you.
Yeah.
When Brown went over there, it doesn't guarantee.
And he got his ass whooped by that white boy. He got his ass whooped by
Guess
that
what?
white
He
boy.
made it to the finals.
He got his ass whooped by
Guess
that
what?
white
He
boy.
made it to the finals.
No, make sure you say that.
Guess what? He made it
Make
to the
sure you
finals.
say he got his ass whooped by that white
You
boy.
know what? That's the only
By himself.
That's the only that's the asterisk I really
Name who's on that Dallas team, bro.
That's
That ever made an All-Star game.
That's the asterisk I put on Brian.
No, just name somebody that was on that Dallas team
if they were
made
that
an
good,
All-Star game.
okay, so if they were that good, they
can't.
should have repeated it, but they couldn't.
It ain't about being that good. They beat them.
Okay,
They were supposed to be that
that's
good.
what I'm trying to tell you. They made the tweak they had to make, and they won. But you can't tell me that making it to the finals doesn't count for nothing.
Brian was a vet by the time he got to Miami, bro.
No, he was just now getting into being, understanding that, okay, I'm no longer, I'm at my peak of my game. I'm at my peak of my game. You know what I'm saying? For real. It wasn't no stop. Real talk, that's the most disappointed I've been in LeBron from that year. Because I still feel
You can't please these Brian fans.
I ain't no Bron sexual, bro.
You can't please these niggas.
I ain't no
man.
Bron sexual, but you got that also.
Niggas bad at KD, but this nigga went to Miami with two players that was the best in the league
And
at
they-
their position at the time.
and didn't know what that was going to equal up to. They had to prove themselves still. But
Klay Thompson wasn't the best two guard at that time.
I just gave you two different scenarios where KD still had super teams and couldn't do nothing with.
Bro, listen, bro.
Yeah,
That- No,
Yeah.
that you already know what the Oklahoma City shit was. Cause James was coming off the bench. Then we know Russell Westbrook could kick the ball out of bounds.
No, we're talking about when KD went to
When
Brooklyn.
it's time for shit to happen.
When KD went to Brooklyn, what happened?
They was hurt.
They weren't hurt like that, bro.
They was hurt.
He's making excuses. Then he went to Suns and got four. Bro, they had Ayton. Bro, listen, they had Ayton.
Bro.
They had Bradley Beal.
No,
They had KD. They had Devin Booker. Bruh, it doesn't get better than that. And they still fumbled the bag.
You know, I don't even speak on shit unless I know what
They
I'm
still
talking
fumbled the
about.
bag. So guess what?
Brooklyn was hurt.
Guess
Go
what?
see how many games
Guess what?
Kyrie played that year.
Steph,
Go see how many
if you
games
were making this excuse,
Durant played.
if you're making an argument for Steph Curry, I would totally understand. To me, in my book, Steph Curry changed the game more than KD. I think KD had more.
changed the game more than anybody.
Because he had little niggas trying to shoot threes that know they can win championship too and be the superstar of the league, bro. You know what I'm saying? You don't have to be 6'8", 6'9", 7 foot. You can be 6'2", 6'3", and motherfucker feel you like you.
But everybody ain't got that motherfucker, man.
Yeah.
My boy got.
And guess what? Steph Curry can always say how I had rings before KD and after KD. KD can't even say nothing like that. KD can only say, I won ring with Steph
Yeah,
Curry.
but KD won the MVP, bro.
It don't matter because
Can't say
they play passive.
He led the season. He led the year, bro.
I get it. Guess what?
Steph numbers was down.
Guess what? He went
Cause
to
he
a
was taking
perfect.
over the game.
He went to a perfect system. Absolutely. He went, bruh, I will tell you like this. Jordan's team would have never
What's
beat
perfect? What's perfect?
that team.
Okay, so LeBron, Chris Bosh, and Dwayne Wade and Ray Allen ain't perfect.
No, look, Chris. No, far from it. Far from it. Bruh, far from
Hey,
it.
man, I've been doing this shit with this nigga for
Bruh,
years.
far
man.
from it, bruh.
I've been doing this shit with
Bruh,
this
listen.
nigga for years, bro.
I still think
Y'all niggas be having excuses for that,
from the two, basically, I don't think no team ever assembled in basketball history can beat that 2018, 2019 Golden State team ever, bro. It's not happening. It's not happening. Ever, bro. That shit was scary.
That's because teams ain't started getting assembled.
Bro, that's what I'm saying. That shit was scary. It's
the
not happening.
Celtics and the Heat, bro. That's when
No,
teams
that's what
started
I'm saying,
getting
bro.
assembled.
That shit was
Teams
not.
wanna
You
get
crazy as
assembled
fuck.
before
What do you call Rondo?
I said the
KG?
Celtics, bro. You ain't just hear?
Okay,
I said the Celtics and the Heat. That's what crooked the whole shit up.
okay. So
Before that,
so why can't you say, well, LeBron recognizing that he knew he had to go do that, and then necessarily when that happened didn't mean it was gonna work, but it did work. And even though it worked, he didn't win out for it. Hell, you got the Spurs that came in with a young Kawhi Leonard. Last year, what's it called? Duncan. They had a well-assembled team that was able to take LeBron and
Now,
out.
why didn't he do nothing in that
Shit.
championship, though? He
Shit.
didn't.
You ever watch that shit?
The championship that they won, he didn't even do nothing.
Shit.
Go watch it.
You go watch it.
Nah, you go watch it.
I
I ain't gotta watch it. I know the fuck I'm talking.
already watched it.
But I'm telling you, you're talking about a simple teams, bro. Okay. Golden State's not a simple team. They got Steph out the draft, Draymond out the draft, Clay out the draft. So just because they get one person,
That's not what I'm arguing.
LeBron, Chris Bosh went to Miami because LeBron was going.
Okay,
Bro. Chris Bosh wouldn't have went to Miami without LeBron.
What I'm arguing is
So I don't want to hear that shit.
when
Now, the Celtics, KG went, Rondo came out the draft.
bro,
And
was Golden
what?
was KD on Golden State when them folk beat that record 73-9? Was KD on there?
It don't matter.
No. Don't tell me it don't matter. I'm asking you a yes.
You talking about some shit from the past.
No, I'm asking you a yes or no
You
question.
talking about some shit before that.
I'm asking you a yes or no
That
question.
ain't got nothing to do with KD.
KD.
We talking about what KD did when he got there.
Nah, KD joined the team that had already proven themselves to be contenders, to be one of the best players, and then inserting yourself into a contender. What the fuck you think gonna happen? Okay, let's take KD.
So Brian not going to the playoffs every year in Cleveland?
That's because okay. So then
Brian not going to the playoffs every year in Cleveland?
he left Miami.
No.
He
Before
left
he went to Miami, was he going to the playoffs every year in Cleveland?
He left Miami. If you just hear me out, he left Miami, went to Cleveland, and did it a fucking game, bro.
That's the thing.
Hey, bro. Somebody said LeBron has
I don't believe in this.
four whole 10 years of his career that all them four breakups could all have made it as a Hall of Famer, bro. The first time with Cleveland, you know what I'm saying? He was a beast. Then from Cleveland to the Heat, he could have made it as a Hall of Famer. Then back to Cleveland, he could have made it as a Hall of Famer. Then he went to bro. Every time LeBron go to a team, within 2 years they got a ring, bro. Within 2 years they got a ring, except for that first time around, bro. You know what I'm saying? So
he lost to a white boy too.
bro,
With two of the best niggas in the NBA
you
on the
can't,
team.
bro, you can't say it.
So I don't wanna hear this
You have to say.
He lost to a
You
white
have to
boy.
say. You have to say that's one of the best. What's it called? Also, he
One
was
of the
a
best
highly,
what?
he was a highly gifted.
Nigga, name your top 20 right now and put Dirk in it, nigga. Fuck you talking about.
I'm just saying.
Name your top 20 right now and put Dirk in it. How dare you?
You don't think Dirk was? You
Fuck
don't think,
you talking about,
Dirk was a badass?
Nah, Dirk was like that, but they let that white boy beat them.
I'm just
White boy won't beat me in nothing. Except taking me to jail, though.
that same white boy.
Yeah, you talking
That
about.
same white boy beat
Yeah.
the Spurs that we're
Whooping
talking
them.
about
Whooping
and
them.
beat Kobe.
All the niggas from hoes.
Guess what? That white white boy beat the Spurs and he beat Kobe to make it to LeBron.
Man,
It just shows they had a team, bro.
All them niggas was hoes. I would have punched that white boy.
No, you taking this shit left.
Nah, I ain't taking it left.
Nah,
I
you
ain't
taking
moving
it
the
left.
goalpost at all.
Nah, you taking the left now,
Shit.
bro.
White boy want to beat me, I guarantee you that.
You taking the bro, you taking the all the
If
way.
he was just killing us like that,
I'm
he
trying
would
to
come up with a plan.
I'm gonna show y'all this picture. But look at this shit.
On the
Look
sideline.
at this shit, bro.
We gonna come up.
2011, 2012, 2013. Look at all this. Now look.
What?
2013, 2020.
Look at all
I'm
what?
just showing you how they did my nigga's era, bro. This is it just shows how dominant he was. You can't touch that man, bro. You gotta give it to him, bro.
What?
You gotta give it to him. Give it to him, bro. Look
All
at
that shit, he got 4 rings.
bro. It don't matter. It just shows how good he owned that motherfucking conference, bro.
If he was that nigga,
He was that
if
nigga.
he was that nigga,
He was that
he
nigga.
would have brought it to Cleveland.
Bruh, he did bring it to Cleveland.
No, he left it, came back and brought
And
it.
still brought it to Cleveland.
No, after they got Kyrie,
He had to show them.
and Kyrie had to hit the shot.
No,
Am I
Listen, he had
lying?
to.
Kyrie had to.
Listen, he had to show them that you got to give me the help I need because basketball is not a one-man sport. I need help. And who still won the MVP? Who was the MVP? It wasn't Kyrie. It wasn't Kyrie. My boy had 2 games that he won. He scored over 40 points.
That's what y'all niggas do, bro. Y'all be crying for that.
I ain't crying.
Y'all be feeling sorry for that nigga.
I ain't feeling sorry for him. He has
Steph got the same amount of rings as him, nigga.
Bro, he has the same resume.
What you talking about?
He still has the same resume.
How many years Steph came behind him?
Bro, he can't.
Got the same amount of rings. I don't want to hear that shit.
Okay.
Steph the GOAT, nigga. Fuck you talking about.
But Steph,
Michael Jordan the GOAT.
I won't never take nothing from Steph because
I want Steph any day.
he's
And
that.
LeBron ain't even in my top 30 to take my last shot.
Fuck all that.
He might not be in my top
But
50.
LeBron will always be on my first team, all NBA, first offense and first defense. I don't give a fuck what nobody said. He has the resume to shoot it. The first person to have, he's gonna retire with 40,000 points.
That's how many
Plus
years he done played.
12. Whose fault is that?
It ain't nobody's fault.
Okay.
He was just blessed by God.
You just blame it. Okay.
But if you compare him and Jordan years, Jordan's better. That's what I'm saying.